this
No,
swing and smack my damn screen.
it only shows week 4. Like the Garrett Wilson trade's not there, but I guess it don't matter because it's in the Discord. But
Okay, let me get that linked up. Okay. We'll give it a few minutes for people to join in. Or at least fill out the stream a bit.
yeah,
But yeah, right now the reason why I'm asking or being a little bit pushy about those slider information, I'm gonna be posting it on what you call it, Operation Sports, getting those shared out.
okay,
Yeah, because the other ones they have up there, they're rubbish.
yeah, yeah. I've seen a couple. I'm like, I don't really understand their thought process, if you will. You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
the logic, and it looks like they're just doing it themselves.
yeah,
So they're only getting the one game a week factor. They're adjusting every week, and that's a hot mess.
yeah.
Now they could be
Like they're
doing it
not.
differently. They could be doing like a full league.
It seems like what you just said. They're doing it like week by week, adjusting. It seems like because of the way those numbers look, but
Mm-hmm. I know the big thing I want to change coming up, I think next season, is looking at penalties. Which I mean, we've been all right. I'm still keeping rough in the kicker off because that's the biggest bullshit ever.
yeah, that's not necessary. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm. And the defensive pass interference, I don't think I'm going to be touching at all.
yeah, except for that one that I had that week 1.
It's
That's
so the
shit
roughing the
happens.
passer or defensive interference. It's one of those sliders that I think is broken because you can turn it all the way down to 1, and you're going to get that like constantly. While you get the same effect if you turn it up to like 100,
Right.
and it's one I just don't want to touch because I know it's gonna. Because on top of it too, I do believe these affect the sliders in a way. Um,
I
Offensive
can see
linemen are not going to
that.
be as aggressive, say, holding their blocks if
If
holding
holding's
like
high,
yeah,
if you yeah.
yeah. So, but also yeah, I want to see before I post these, um, what you call it, the the difference for the run and interceptions and everything and
Yeah,
sacks.
I'll work on them tonight because I just
Yeah,
yeah today was just wasn't even home, dealing with some shit. Nothing bad or anything, but
and
but
just do running errors, that sort of thing.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, yeah. And when looking at I want to make sure like our blocking is at the right level because that patch, like last week or this week, has changed up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I know at least fix or did some fixes for the coverage. Now, if they were there, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like
Right.
there's still the underneath is just getting away with too much. But
Yeah, it's almost like even if you game prep for that, it's
mhm,
still there.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, let's get this started. We got a couple of viewers in already. Um, Congrats, guys! We got through the first week of the league. That's we actually did pretty damn well, I think. I mean, we
13.
only yeah, we started off with about 23 members on that going through the regular season,
Yeah, I
and I
think
know
that
it's not
first
where we
week was
wanted to be,
13 out of
but
16 too.
yeah,
Played.
yeah. I mean, it's good to see that people are actually getting their games in that need to get their games in. I know a few people have some certain circumstances that they've told me, and I've been okay with it. Um, if they make it a trend, though, I might have to deal with it. But so far, I haven't needed to, and I need bums and seats, so I need to keep them there for now. And yeah, we only have had like really one suspension so far, and I don't think he's done anything about changing the situation. Um, we might be seeing some player suspensions here coming soon, and that's something that will be crossing that line here shortly. And that because I mean, I'll be honest, I'm usually cracking down on people pretty fast, but it's I've been pretty lenient so far. I mean, if you know who
Yeah.
you are, don't test it because I know
Take the
we're
kindness for the weakness.
yeah. I mean, I know we're struggling to get people into the league right now, but I'm not I'm not worried about cutting someone that's not following the rules or following instructions or just not really communicating very well with their opponents and so forth. Because if I can, I mean, we might be down the member, but who knows? Down the line, we might get a big burst of people coming in, and lo and behold, I got a new member with a new team that's used to be yours, new fan and everything of that team too. Now, uh, these podcasts we're going to be doing, or at least we're going to try weekly, and that there might be a week that we might have to skip depending on situations. But main goal of these podcasts is we're just going to talk about the league. We're just going to talk shit about the league and everything, what's going on with it.
The
Uh,
goods, the bads, the highs, the lows.
yeah, what's going on stat wise mainly, and like this isn't going to be much of a technical talk like the previous ones, where we're going to probably save those for preseason for the most part. Um, but let's kick it off. I want to talk about some of these trades here. And first off, I know I didn't mention this on my list before we started the stream, but I'm going to talk about your trade with the Falcons. Because,
Man.
yeah, I mean, I brought that up. So it was a straight up draft pick trade. And let me pull it up here. So I want to get these numbers out properly. I understand what the Falcons doing, and that I think it's a big risky move. He's putting a lot of chips down in this single draft. So Miami here has traded away his first, second, fourth, fifth, and seventh of this draft to the Falcons for their next year's first, 2027's first, 26's third and fourth round pick. Now, picks for pick draft, absolutely fine. I mean, still posted on the Neon. That gives us a heads up. If it's something that's blatantly like, no, we're seeing you trade your entire draft for a single pick, we're not going to allow Ricky Williams to happen. I mean, he is offering more than what Ricky Williams got. Oh, this is more like the Carolina Panthers, Ryan Poles sort of trade. It just, you're not having the player in there. And, I mean, Falcons are definitely getting a lot more out of that than the fucking Panthers did.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But hey, I mean, like I said though, like the looked at the strengths of the draft class and what I particularly needed wasn't particularly I didn't see anything stand out. So and he offered it, and I was like, hey, I'll take two futures first. You know, if you wanna just like you said, put all your chips in one basket this draft. I mean, I can reload next year, and then have a first for the future. I can sit back and I'll sit in my draft room. I mean, I got nothing to do, but I'll watch and see how things unfold.
And he's not doing a bad move either.
Mm.
I mean, because I think he's hyper focused right now on that Kirk Cousins contract,
Yeah.
which I think he should be starting. I think he would get a lot more wins if he started. Ricky Williams, or not Ricky Williams.
Ricky
He's stuck in my mind. Starting Kirk Cousins. And that, because right now he's putting Penix Jr. out there, last I saw. And
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Penix is 25, isn't he?
Yeah.
Basically, all I'll do, I'd say, do is go him through training camps, go him through the training, but don't have him starting. Just build him up, because he's not going to build up that much.
And he's only a normal too, right? So
yeah. So you're not going to get him built up very well. I mean,
he'll be 25 next year, next season.
Yeah.
So
next season it's going to be 25.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a little bit of a bonus, but even so,
still an old rookie, 24. I mean,
yeah.
Still looking at 22. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't be. I mean, you have most of his picks now, even though they're for the next year or so. I wouldn't throw this season away, and that just trying to level up Penix.
Right.
If anything, like, I mean, he wants you to do poorly.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna go win a Super Bowl now and then see how
now
that
you're
turns
gonna
out
go win
for
the
him.
Super Bowl. Yeah, I've actually had last Madden. I had that the Panthers owner do that. He went to go win a playoffs on that few times, and like every pick I had was just 29, 20, 30, 31. Like, son of a bitch. Like, he's just doing too good.
Yeah.
Bryce Young, when you put him in the right playbook, right hands. Well, I mean, that's basically why we have the Kansas City playbook banned. He was using that, and it was just, it's high accuracy playbook that really messes with the zone coverages. It's a very good playbook in terms of playing a CPU in Madden.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the Panthers and the Falcons, I think the Panthers, they put a good butt whooping on the Falcons this past week to give them their second win. So it's
14-31. Let's see. Yeah, and he's starting Penix on that, and Penix is just sort of that below average accuracy, it looks like, for considering in the league. I mean, Bijan Robinson was kicking off, but he's not getting the runs.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I would consider just telling. I mean, I think Houston would be a better playbook if you want a run game more. I've been seeing that with
I
Houston.
assume somewhere Cleveland.
I've heard Cleveland too. Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah. It depends on what sort of scheming, right?
True.
I know. Yeah, it's
have an error
hit or miss. I think with New England. So
with their balance.
Yeah, they're a little bit more balanced, but they can go pass happy real quickly.
Whichever way.
Yeah. Same with Baltimore. But Baltimore will rotate. I mean, Baltimore does a lot more rotation if you don't have.
You need a mobile QB for that, though, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm using it, because I mean, what's his name? Speed is pretty damn good.
Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see Caleb when I was doing that. Were you using them during the test league?
Oh, yeah, I'm still using them. I was using
the Ravens playbook. Because
I
noticed he gets a lot.
Off with Ravens, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed when I was going through the data with QBs, I noticed Caleb definitely runs a lot, which works, whatever. But it makes sense for using Ravens playbook and seeing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Houston was a decent one. I had to switch off Houston. It was just not clicking for me very well. Offensively, yeah.
Houston, yeah.
It just wasn't clicking for me very well. It's just third down conversions. It became an issue with third down conversions, and first downs were started to become very screen heavy. Yeah, I mean, I would suggest it for the Falcons, maybe to switch to that or something similar, like you said, maybe the Browns. Just because it's one of those teams, like, if you got Robinson, use him.
Yeah,
exactly. Find a way to get him on the field and use him.
Yeah, and just hold off. I mean, Penix, if
Yeah,
he's a project, dude, you got Bijan behind him. Like it's get rid of that load from Penix and just Bijan should be just hitting them holes. Just
yeah. I'm still on the line of like just put put Kirk Cousins in. You got him for one season where he's going to be good.
yeah,
Use him. Don't waste it.
yeah, might as well.
Hmm.
And just keep that training on Penix all year long, and then because then training camp comes back around.
Oh yeah, take
Go
advantage of the
back,
training camp then next
yeah,
year. Yeah, and just continue forward with that. Yeah, because does I don't know. I can't remember. Does Kirk Cousins have a mentor trait too?
Hmm.
Let me take a look here. I wish it would tell me.
He does. Mentor franchise QB is his player tags.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, put Penix as second stringer. Kirk Cousins
So
is
yeah,
getting
you
him
just
150 each week.
yeah,
XP. Toss in the 750. You're making 900 XP every week on Penix Jr. And that's quite a bit when you're dealing with a rookie.
yeah.
Because I mean, at this point, no, I don't know. At least that's what I would have started with.
Yeah, and he's what 0-6 right now, right? He has a one, and
Let's see.
he gets the first overall
Almost
pick.
six,
I
yeah.
mean, I've seen a couple players out there, but I mean, who are you gonna go with number one? You gonna pick a player? You gonna try to trade down and get some more assets, or because typically one overall goes to QB, right? I mean, if you look in the Project Penix, I don't see
It
QB
depends.
going.
It depends on what you're looking at.
I guess if there's
Um,
a QB that stands out and says, "Hey, like this guy's worth it," I mean, I guess Penix Jr. could just be no longer the starter, a second stringer
mhm.
again. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the one person that staying in that same division talking about QB is like vice versa. I mean, they're still having issues like getting the win, but he's putting the points on the board, and that's Spencer Rattler.
Yeah,
Spencer Rattler with Vada,
and
and
Saints.
that it's actually putting like they're competing. They took the Tampa Bay Bucks to overtime, and that
Was that a win?
no, that was a loss for them.
Loss. Okay.
They're 1-5. I mean, this division, if
Bam. One and
they change it
five.
up, they can change it up real fast. To be honest.
Yeah, that division. Because you got what? Panthers just won a second. So what? 2-4, 1-5, 0-6. So I mean, the Bucks are kind of they basically just kind of just do decent. They
They just
got
gotta
it.
keep on winning.
Yeah.
But right now, you look at their points for, points against, they're 21-21. So that can really just dip real hard.
Who was that?
Atlanta just
Tampa.
needs to get point on the board.
Yeah.
They are just doing like worst offense in the entire league right now. Rushing is the only thing that's not dead last. And defensively, I mean they're towards the bottom defensively right now. That doesn't help. I mean, granted that doesn't help, but if you can get the offense going, that defense should improve. So yeah, like it honestly, and that's the other thing too. Like you got a lot of players that are up there in age, like that defensive line linebacking core. I think what Garrett and or Jarrett,
Good. Great.
Anyamata, like
Grady Jarrett,
they're
right?
older players.
Yeah.
You don't waste it.
Yeah. Get
Yeah,
them
but
in
like
next. That's
yeah,
that's all they get this year, really.
yeah,
Maybe
you might get
another
a second
year.
year, but they're going to definitely not be any better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, going back to Rattler, I mean, um, I mean he's been doing great. Let's see what his game logs were. Yeah, only one, two, three. Yeah, 4 interceptions. He's doing better than fucking Caleb Williams is, and that no joke. I mean his accuracy is a little bit lower side, but I mean each of these games are like apart from Philly. I mean Philly's been the one dominating most of the league right now, but most of these games are like a TD away. Yeah, what's not helping him? He's getting fucking sacked. 2-4-4-3-2.
Who's this?
Rattler.
Rattler.
Yeah.
So is Penix too, and I think Sam Howell is. I think he holds the. I think he's top of the list for sacks, but
In Seattle?
Seattle, Sam Howell.
Yeah. How's Seattle do? I haven't really taken a look at them.
Seattle, that boy Kenneth Walker the third is going back to here we go with Bijan Robinson. Kenneth Walker the third is
Jesus.
carrying the Seahawks.
Oh my god! I just took a look at the fucking sacks Penix has. 22.
Yeah, yeah. But see on that side, I mean, look at I mean, what's
Oh my god!
I think the Seahawks are right now. I think they're on a 2-game win streak. Right, Sam Howell is just
Oh, they're
getting
5-1.
torn up back there. Yeah, they're on a 2-game
Yeah.
win streak. Or no, I think they're the ones with the 4-game win streak. I'm sorry. They're a 4-game win streak, Seattle. Sam Howell is getting destroyed back there, but they're handing that ball off. Kenneth Walker is carrying that team with yard loadage. I mean, they had a 70-yard. You know, that kind of goes back to if you don't get that QB, you got that running back, you know, switch that load.
Yeah, I mean, Howell's doing. I mean, he's accurate with the ball, 67.74, and that he's already over the 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
and that almost he's just below getting halfway to 3,000. Only 3 interceptions on that. I mean, he's doing good.
Yeah, playing well. Yeah,
yeah.
Considering how many sacks he gets, I mean, he gets beat up, but you know he's being smart with the ball still.
Yeah, he's being really smart with the ball, and that. Yeah, just defense has been helping them a lot. Like they are ranked 4th on points allowed right now, and that's huge. Like I mean, they're not.
That is huge. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I mean, they're top 10 in yards just because they've been crushing against the rush, but they're about midway. Like they're 14th ranked in passing yards allowed. But like if you can stop them at the end zone, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And they're top 4 for rushing yards on that right now. Because isn't Walker for like up for player of the week?
He is, yeah, and I think he is. He's taking the lead. He has the lead right now in offense
over Uche.
No, that's defense.
Oh, okay.
Uche, Walker. He's
got. We're doing it separate then.
Yeah, we'll just do one each, one offense, one defense, just to kind of
okay
separate that. You know, because it's two separate sides of the ball, two completely different aspects of the game. So I think Panthers came up with because I think originally it was supposed to be 4 players, but because of the amount of people fully streaming each week, they kind of brought down that limitation of who's really eligible, because filtering through, you know, this person this, going back through and say, hey, well, they missed, this week, and all of a sudden they're like, their stats completely just look different. But it looks like Walker's there, and then like you said, Uche, I think he's leading the defense side.
Yeah.
Which is very tight with Cedric Gray and not Cedric Gray, Zach Bond and Chase Young, I believe. No, Cedric Gray, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Cedric Gray, yeah.
Because he's got 2 interceptions, defense touchdown. I mean, that's pretty solid for only 4 games, First 4. It's pretty solid stats.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's because it was like first 4 for sure, isn't it?
Yeah.
We started this on Thursday, yeah.
So
we'll be doing this every Thursday, we said?
Every Friday be posted, right? Because that week still needs, the Thursday night still needs to go through, and then time to get the full 4 week. So I think Monday through Thursday, right? Monday through Thursday would be the playing period. Friday, Saturday, vote, and then announce it Sunday morning. But then Sunday resets that new time period.
Okay. Yeah, I like letting you guys do your thing, and that just as long as you let past me first.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. You got anything on your list of things that brought interest to you? We'll switch off
Yeah, I
on
think
here.
I think we touched a couple spots, but as I'm just kind of going through, I do want to mention Jordan Love, his game. He's
Fuck the Packers.
but respectfully, Jordan Love with 14 touchdowns and 2 interceptions through 6 games. I think it's pretty well stellar, and their record is reflecting that, right? They're 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guy who came up, who I think past few weeks, is Anthony Richardson. He's just slinging that ball out there. He's almost got 1,700 yards or just over 16. So
Which
he's
is
definitely taking
bizarre
a step up.
which is fucking bizarre to me. Because Anthony Richardson is a shit player.
Yeah, I mean his ratio is like his completion percentage is pretty high,
Yeah.
but his touchdown interception ratio is basically 1-to-1.
Yeah.
You
Well,
throw one, turn the ball
that's what
over.
drives me nuts. Is in the whole entire terms of actual NFL player, like this is what drives me nuts with the whole entire man rating system because it's by committee. You can obviously see, like they showed it. It was by like a committee sort of thing of them sitting around the table and just like talking about players. Like,
what do you think about this guy?
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, Lamar Jackson's faster than Michael Vick. Like, oh great, yeah, fantastic. But we're not talking about Michael Vick. We're talking about the overall like game here. And
yeah, exactly. We're talking 20 years. Like,
yeah. And they're not. They're just a bunch of little fancy football dweebs sitting around the fucking. Like, there's no Hall of Famer sitting there with looking at them like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, like compared. What are we comparing here? We're doing apples.
Like
and
if they
oranges
had Kurt Warner, Emmett Smith, and Paul Malu just sitting there with them,
and throwing Coach Steve Mariucci.
Yeah. Oh my god, throw him in there. Jesus Christ! Just tell them like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, you actually have NFL players, former NFL players, actually telling them how the game is actually played.
Yeah, imagine that'd be great, huh?
Yeah, it'd be fantastic because they would all tell you, like, they would probably tell you that Anthony Richardson is a project.
Yeah, you still got
look
time.
At how he's just
not a. Yeah, because and he played what, like 5 weeks last year. So how was that enough?
Yeah, he gets banged up. Yeah, he breaks up his collar because he can't fucking slide. He still can't slide.
Yeah.
And on top of it, you hear enough of players telling the league, like, hey, he doesn't know how to read a fucking defense. He'll throw the ball where a receiver's supposed to be. If that receiver moves from that spot, well, there's an empty spot where that ball's going. Like, I think the Bengals really exposed him in that during their like practice and training, and they talk a lot of shit talking, but like that's something that I think everyone's been seeing from Anthony Richardson. They just put him on a pedestal because he's one of those
about that. Yeah,
like he's just one of those top rookies that came. He was that third pick behind Stroud and Young.
Yep. Yeah.
Third QB that came in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Packers. Yeah. Love's been doing great.
He's for what it is.
I really think he's overrated, and that just because that end stretch against a bunch of bad teams and beating up a Cowboys team, which he didn't really beat up. It was all in the back of Aaron Jones for the most part.
Jacobs?
No, I'm talking about last year.
Oh, last year. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jacobs is a bum.
Playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacobs is a fucking bum. Like, even when he was the Raiders, he had one really good season, and then he's been wishy-washy every other season.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, everyone's blaming coaching. Everyone was blaming coaching, but like when he had a chance to show what he can do, he just wasn't there.
Yeah, literally every time he puts that helmet on Sundays, if you will, like you don't know what you're gonna get out of him.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
He can be one of the best running backs you've ever seen. Not literally, and then it can be like, dude, this guy's got a job. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean that first half against the Eagles, like you can blame slipping and all that you want, but everyone was slipping.
Everyone was, yeah. So
Yeah,
like that's it. That's the other thing. Like, yeah, you want to talk about the field, but like it's not just one person slipping; it's everyone. So
yeah,
if we're going against each other, I got to worry about slipping. You got to worry about slipping. So we're worried about slipping together. You can't really make that excuse, but it's like we're all here doing it, not just
yeah. And I think they're let's see, they're wide receivers here.
going back to the
Yeah,
Madden days here. The Chiefs they lost that game of the week 1.
yeah,
And I don't think they appreciate it very much because they haven't lost since. So they took that and were like, okay, we're on prime time. We had the spotlight. We dropped it. We need to go ahead and take care of business from here on out. Thought it was funny.
yeah. They had a good turnaround. Chiefs is one of those teams that I know like a lot of people will pick up, because it's the Chiefs. You think they're going to be the best team you can get in the league? Well, they're not. Like I've seen a Chiefs owner go 4-13,
Mm.
and it's just like they can't get a consistent win. Their team just keeps
Wasting
losing close game. Yeah,
GM's wasting that talent over there. I was just telling Duff the other day. I was watching the Saints Chiefs. I was like,
yeah,
man, I wish I had Mahomes. Like he just looks so easy and fun to watch. I mean, I'm like, damn. The decision making that just having that high caliber quarterback kind of goes a long way.
Mhm.
But
Oh, it does. Yeah, it definitely goes a long way. The big thing with quarterbacks is the awareness. Like if their awareness is below 80 or at 80, it's it's so inconsistent gameplay.
yeah,
Once you get up above 85 and that, it's like you start seeing that just clicking real fast. And I'm starting to see that from Caleb, but it's still like it's below 80. And it's kind of that little struggle. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just throw the damn ball.
yeah.
Because right now,
I
like,
don't
yeah,
even want to talk about too. With those first 4 weeks, it was hard to watch. Like it was his awareness completely opposite. Oh, a collapsed pocket. Yeah, let me go ahead and go
yeah,
into it. Or a clean pocket. Let me go ahead and roll out from my opposite my weak side, and then try to throw the ball across my body. Intercept like that doesn't
yeah. And
make no sense.
I gotta get him. I'm hoping I get that trait at some point, upgrade, because I need to get his. I mean, he has an ideal balanced style. But I need to get that either throwaway or sense pressure or um,
Mm,
make him more of an aggressive ball player.
yeah,
Right now, he's conservative, and it's just
I don't
he's
think that
holding on to
works.
the ball too long. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think being conservative works.
it
I
might
think
be fine this first season, but it's just he's holding on to the ball too long, like he does in real life. But he's a lot more fat. Like in real life, he's a lot more faster throwing the ball out. I think he did have the quickest throw
last week,
this week
last
one.
weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quickest release. Yeah, so it's something I'm hoping to see a change in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he does have like a 91 on the run, so I'm not upset with that. It's just it's a tough damn
Yeah.
division.
These question about because I know we turned off these the traits,
Yeah.
dev traits, but that still incorporates towards like
Okay, so dev traits are still
development.
on. Yeah, dev traits
Okay.
are still on. It's abilities that are turned off.
Oh, Bill. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. So they mean X Factor, they still get the benefit of X Factor, just not in game benefits.
Yeah, they're not getting the gunslinger abilities and all that sort of stuff.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, you did hit up the team I wanted to talk about was the Packers, and I know he's a little bummed he lost against the Cardinals. Cardinals are not a team that's a pushover, and they're one of those teams that's gonna definitely punch you in the face if you're not paying attention. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they can. I mean, even real life last week, I mean, they were giving Buffalo hell, right?
yeah,
And then Austin and halftime came and then it was a complete 180. But, it's just one of those things. like that. Like I mean, that Cardinals team came out swinging, and you just can't, you can't catch up to them. But
Yeah, it looks like the only team they were devastated by was Washington. And San Francisco put up a good number on them, but they kept it close, it looked like, for the most part. Yeah, I mean, Daniels just fucking ripped them a new one. 75% completion. And
who's
that was
this?
3 TDs. Jaden
Uh,
Daniels.
oh yeah, that Washington
Yeah,
game.
yeah. That just tore him up. And Kyle Murray throwing 2 picks. I think it was just a bad matchup sort of thing there.
Yeah,
But yeah, that honestly too could be just playbook not set properly for the team. Like, you can't sort of force the team to play a certain playbook, expect a difference out of it.
yeah, especially if it's doesn't make sense for
Mm-hmm.
the players you have. You kind of have to still fit. You still have to mold. You can't just be like, oh well, I heard this playbook was one of the best on if you Google searching.
Mm-hmm.
That may not be the case for your specific team. It's not just this playbook is good for everybody. It's this playbook it works for this type of scheme, this type of player. If you got the quarterback to use to throw in that playbook, it's just different little elements, small elements, but for the most part, playbooks are still find the right one. It's good, even if you have missing pieces for that, but still have to make sure you're kind of in that range.
Yeah. And I want to bring up injuries, which we might adjust that slider later on next season. I think we're kind of light on the injury side of things.
Not many, huh?
We get like 1 or 2 here, which is, I think we just need a little bump. I don't want to go drastic with it, and I'm not going to change it this season. And that, because this man, they really fucked it up in comparison to the previous ones. But yeah, one of the injuries I want to talk about is from the Bills for Sal. That's a
Oh
big
yeah,
one.
big. That's huge.
Before he got
What
hurt, he
labor
had,
room was that?
I can't remember what week it was, but he had 5.5 sacks before getting hurt.
Oh man, that
That's,
must have
yeah.
just been
He was
recent.
out. Yeah, he was out for 3 weeks, or he's still out for.
Still out,
Uh,
yeah, twin
yeah,
labor room. Uh,
yeah, and it's a big hurt. And I'm trying to get over to the Bills team here and see what they are stat wise.
and speaking of twin labor room, 3 weeks. I think Dre Greenlaw from the 49ers are hurt too.
Oh yeah, that's a big
And
one too. I mean, if they lost Wagner, that's just devastating.
oh, that'd be.
And I think that's one of the biggest hurts with the that team is depth.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're literally paying all their starters two position money.
yeah,
If they're paying their starter money and backup money, like they don't got any room to breathe to be like, hey, if you get hurt, we got somebody. Not really.
yeah. Losing Rousseau. I mean, that's pretty big. They're still winning. I mean, they're 5-1. They're doing good. But
Yep.
I mean, they got a hard team this coming up here. The Titans, Seahawks, a high scoring team, and that Titans will just be rough. Just period. They
Yeah, with that acquisition of Chase Young, man, is really working out for
Oh my gosh, he drove me nuts. But I
him.
think it's more or less the game here too. For some reason, the tackles just go so far back so quickly that
Yeah.
they're getting beat on the inside, and it's a devastating thing to see.
Yeah,
But
Chase Young gave me problems. I think
yeah,
week what 4, 2 weeks ago. I think he had
yeah,
like two and a half
Young was.
sacks.
I think Young got 2 sacks on me week 1, and like he was just destroying me pass game wise because I didn't have time. Like he didn't have time in the pocket.
Yeah, just being a disruptor, and
And
that's
he absolutely disrupted my entire game plan because I switched off the Ravens playbook then and started doing some searching, which I think I returned back to the Ravens. playbook.
Yes. Sometimes you got to soul search, got to dig down
Yeah,
deep in this,
yeah,
and be like, man, what is going on here? Why is this not working for me?
yeah. Like I mean, shit. Like something that's not working with that entire AFC East. I mean, with you and that with that offense, you should be a lot more like devastating there. But
Yeah, I think I'm
also
only
see
putting up
New
15.
England and the Jets.
New England gave me my first win last week. I was
Yeah,
proud of my boys, Had to get
yeah. But
rolled.
like I don't know what's going on with New England because maybe it is Drake May. Let's take a look at his numbers.
So no, what Steve was saying, he had an upper arm fracture against me last week
Mm-hmm.
early. I think he's out for a couple weeks.
And that's probably here. Yeah, I mean it's Drake May. Drake May is like 48.6 completion rating. And I mean
Ooh,
that's probably has to be one of the worst for the
that's
starting.
starting quarterback wise. That's
Yeah.
pretty. Yeah, that's
And he's a 77.
48.
Yeah, I think he's one of the God, I mean that's kind of reflects to me real life because he's not I don't think he's gonna be that great
Yeah.
real life until he needs to sit behind a veteran for a couple seasons. I actually like Milton better.
Well, they got I think Brissett's out there right now, aren't they?
Yeah, percent in real life's out there and that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, but yeah, he started Gibson. Yeah, I mean, God, not having Jones or Stevenson hurts.
Yeah, he just got hurt last week and he'll be out for 2. So yeah, he's gonna
Yeah,
be
I mean, you're relying
basically
on
3 weeks considering he got hurt early. So
relying on Antonio Gibson. I mean, he's doable. You can work with him, but if you don't
yeah,
have that
yeah,
QB to support him, it's kind of that's
exactly.
just bums out the team. And like what? Yeah, I don't know if it's awareness, it's just no protection and that, but he's just like getting killed. Oh, it could be the fact that yeah, he okay. So his game against you was just awful. 41.3.
Hmm. Yeah, we came to make a statement right there.
Yeah. He's just been inconsistent. Yeah, his San Francisco killed him.
I
Got
think that was game of the week too, because I think they were.
yeah.
I think that's when
They were 2-2
two
or
and
2-0
yeah, I
and
think that's
that
when
and
they're down. Their drought started.
yeah, well he was 2-1, yeah. Because
Two
he
and
had the
one.
Jets and the Jets just ripped them.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was anything with Drake May, but I think Stevenson going down, I think it was around that time or something like that. And losing Stevenson was a big hurt.
Yeah. I think Stevens is going and coming in and out. Like he's not. He's gonna be that guy this year that's gonna have injury issues. I mean, it's
He's gonna be that one player that always has that injury coming up.
yeah,
Yeah,
injuries. Out for a couple weeks, comes back. He's like, all right, he's back. Gets hurt or sits the rest of the game, or you know what I mean? Just kind of
yeah.
injury
But
prone.
I'm looking at that team right now, and I think they'll be fine. I think cap wise, they're in a good spot. They'll be in a really good spot cap wise. He's got a bunch of like expensive players, but a lot of them are in good spots and that. So, I mean, yeah, he'll be fine. I think it's just gonna suck this year for him and that.
Yeah.
And I would say start like a Kirk Cousins, but he doesn't have Kirk Cousins. That's the bummer
No,
part.
no,
And I,
he kind of had, and he has no choice really to
yeah,
just start May. I mean, you might as well in that situation. Like Brissett can't be any better.
yeah. And I'm looking at. I don't know what's going on with the Jets because every time I look at the Jets, they look like they should be doing good,
Yeah.
and
I
it's
think
not
Mosley. I
happening.
think he just had a foot fracture, so he's out for a few weeks.
Mostly on the defense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a few more weeks, I should say, that he's injured.
I mean Gardner's killing it on the defensive side. 12 deflections,
Damn,
two
that's yeah,
interceptions. I mean he's doing great. He's living up to that rating.
yeah. And he wanted to move him,
Yeah.
trade him,
Yeah, I mean
but
he'll
that's
still try to. I knowing Holy, he'll still try to trade him.
yeah.
But like, God, who else does he have on the roster? Because Rogers isn't going to be there. That long. Oh, he
No,
has
yeah,
Tyrod
they got
Taylor.
Jordan
Oh,
Travis.
yeah. If I was him, I would start building up Jordan Travis. See what you can do with him. Start like laying in strong arm.
Yeah, I mean,
Get that built up and
that kind
see.
of goes back to the Falcons, though, right? Why would
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I think you do the same thing as I suggested for the Falcons.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you got
like,
Rodgers.
yeah, you got
Easy.
Rodgers. You can't really do awful with him. I think just I don't know. Jordan Travis, which I think in real life everyone will get surprised by him. I think he'll do all right, and that if he's developed properly behind Rodgers.
Yeah, he seems
But
like a
like, yeah,
smart
I
kid.
think he's just sort of bummed upon in Madden, and it sucks because he probably would have been fine if it just wasn't for that injury.
Yeah, what was that
I think
broken leg,
that.
right?
Oh yeah, it was like a ACL or something like that. I mean, it
Oh,
was a
that it was bad. Yeah,
broken. Yeah, it was a bad one because it took him out for the rest of the season. They
yeah,
lost. They couldn't make it to the playoffs. It was just devastating one.
yeah,
Yeah, I think Florida State's a shitty team, anyways. But
yeah. Fuck Florida State,
college is
but
just a
hey,
bunch of fucking
and
amateurs.
they it's a Hurricane fan, It's but
Oh, okay.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's still that whole situation, man. I felt for him, but
But yeah, I
I
think
didn't
yeah.
lose sleep over it. I'll tell you that.
Like they're about middle of the pack for defense, and offensively, it's just they just need to get that run game clicking and the get their points up because that's what's hurting them big time. And I don't know if it's just the playbook they're using. That might be just a change of playbook might change up that entire team.
Yeah,
Hmm.
get some spark going.
Yeah, I mean that's the big thing they need. It's just a big spark. But I mean, I'd say if you can see that you're not going to make it to the playoffs at all, maybe put Travis in for a bit to see what you got in him.
Yeah, except he's running, I think, Pittsburgh offense. So
Is he? Okay.
that's interesting. See, I mean, you got Rodgers. I think I'd go back to give him McCarthy or LaFleur's playbook. Let Rodgers cook. Give
Yeah,
him
maybe
what he
going with
knows.
Dallas's playbook would work well for him. And that, yeah, you just don't know.
And plus, he shipped off Garrett Wilson for Samuel. Which Garrett Wilson's been a great addition for Josh Allen,
Oh
considering
yeah, it's a big thing that he needed too.
yeah. And that
Like
I think his overall, I think he's at a like 87 now or 88. I mean, that
he's up
preseason
there. I think he's
really,
88. I think I just
yeah,
saw him.
really did him in, yeah, because he was
Hmm.
what 84, because it was the same, right, as Samuel and Wilson, like they're
Hmm.
about right at the same. But I mean, Wilson he's just skyrocketed up.
Yeah, I think one player is going to skyrocket by end of the season, going into next season, is Bo Nix. Like just
Mm,
looking at his numbers, his awareness on the lower side, but he's got pretty damn good numbers across the board. Like 87 for mid and 86 for short already, 90 throw power, 84
yeah,
on the run.
solid.
As deep's on the lower side of 79, but if you got him running in the right playbook, he'll be good.
Yeah,
And you got
I
him
mean,
in
just
such a nice contract. Like you release him, you can actually make a saving for a rookie contract. You make, I mean, it's 700K,
yeah,
but it's a saving.
yeah.
And his awareness is on the lower side of 73, but
That's
like
rookie though, right? I mean,
yeah, I think we see a big change from him starting next season. Like he's gonna pop off if he develops properly. Like that's the big difference, I think. Yeah, he has the throwaway tight spiral. He's a little trigger happy and that, which could be a good thing and a bad thing.
yeah.
But
Wish we had a Vikings owner because seen JJ McCarthy out there. I mean, whoever's gonna take him over is gonna be delighted because I think JJ McCarthy's playing pretty well. So
yeah, I mean I mean we were doing the test run, the Vikings were just killing it.
yeah,
It's a pity he had to go. I mean, I would love to still have him here.
yeah, for sure. I think he
Yeah, but
looks like McCarthy's got 2 yards shy of 1,400, 11
mhm.
touchdowns, and 6 interceptions.
I mean, he's about the same there, just lower
Yeah.
awareness. So yeah, just another player that's going to be off the chains. And I mean, again, you can save him if you don't like him, or you want to trade him away in 2 seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, after looking at it, he has a 10 million in penalty if you get rid of him. Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, yeah, and I mean, you still get a
They got
12
bonus.
mil penalty on JJ McCarthy, but you're saving 750K.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it might be just worth it just to get rid of him to save a little bit of money.
Especially if you can get something out of it, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all okay. Cool. You have a little penalty for next year, but hey, if you get the assets to come in,
Oh yeah, it makes a big difference. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, the one thing, gosh, I missed my first point I wanted to talk about. That was the Mac Jones trade.
oh,
Yeah, that was.
true that.
Raiders have been just getting by. I feel like they could have, if they stuck with Minshew, they might have been in a better situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
let me
they're
go.
battling. They're battling with the Chiefs now, right? I mean, they're two-game
They're
losing
doing
streak.
well, but it's like, how long can you sustain this?
Is it? That's the Raiders, right? 2-game lose
Yeah,
streak. So they were 4-0. Now they're 4-2. So they're kind of going. You're going backwards, right? So
yeah. Like let me compare stat or attributes here because I mean, strength wise, Minshew has a better arm, better accuracies, except for the short. He's better on the run. He has better break sack. It's just Mac Jones. I think it wasn't a great trade. I know, like if he went for, I don't even know if we can do this, but Bryce Young, I don't think we can trade him because of the rules and everything. But if he
yeah,
went for Bryce
too
Young, that would have
young.
been a better option.
Because wait, he went. See, Mac Jones was with who? Jacksonville.
Yeah, he was with Jacksonville. He traded him for McConnell and a fifth round pick, I believe it was, which it was a good trade. It was a straight up nice even trade.
Yeah,
Nothing against that trade. I just think it was something that the Raiders could have just. I'm not going to touch this. We'll get a rookie next year, sort of thing. Let's not put our chips into Mac Jones right now.
yeah. I mean, kind of didn't really upgrade, really, right? I mean, kind of just
It was more of a
maybe
sidestep.
maybe it was a personal endeavor
Yeah,
for wanting Mac Jones. I
yeah.
mean,
I mean, I've dealt with that. I mean, there's an owner in a previous league I ran that was all Clemson, so he was a big Browns fan.
yeah.
That
Sometimes you
just
get the influence. You're like, oh
yeah.
man, I need this guy on my team. You
Like the
know?
only thing that was I would say that Mac Jones has above um, Minshew is development. Mac Jones is star development, but
Hey, he's
he's
still
25.
young.
He's 25
Yeah,
though. That's not going to stay very long with him.
right.
I wouldn't be shocked if Mac Jones loses that development next year.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's it just doesn't seem like it doesn't.
Or Raiders go QB first round in the draft this year.
That's what I would have done.
Even yeah, even if
I would never have
even
gone
after
for
this
Mac
trade.
Jones. I think it was. I don't think it was like an improvement on the team for sure. I think it was just a side move or a sidestep because I would have just stuck with Minshew and stuck out with him.
Oh.
And that I mean that's
Maybe
just
he
a
had
personal
previous success with Mac Jones and then he was like, "Hey man,
possibly. Yeah,
it works. It works. Let me go and try this again."
yeah. I mean
I
it's
mean,
definitely better than gosh I would say it's definitely better than fucking
Tua.
what was his name? Not Tua.
Just
What was
kidding.
last year?
Tua's playing through.
Last year's QB for the Raiders.
Oh, you talking
God,
about
I
Aiden
can't.
McConnell and then
No, before him.
Minshew. No, Jimmy G.
Yeah, Jimmy G. Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Garoppolo shit.
yeah. Because I mean, I think they got
He
him because
so he's very good if you're usering because he has all the stats there for a good user. But when you do a CPU, that awareness comes right in and just strangles him.
Yeah.
It was like, I think he has like a 61 or 66 awareness. Yeah, exactly. And he
I mean,
just he
that's
can't fucking get the ball down the field. The last Madden 24, the guy was just like cursing him out, like, I can't fucking deal with him. What's sad was he didn't draft anyone that got better. I mean, he did improve. He did get an improvement over Garoppolo, but it was someone that just like this
a
did not
slight
develop
edge.
great. Yeah, I mean, he was better. He was definitely better all the way. I think he was a later round pick, but he was one of those good like steal sort of picks. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
I think he grabbed him in the draft. That was no one was going heavily in QB.
Mm.
Yeah,
I just fell in his lap. Was like, hey, you know
yeah, it's
what?
like,
He's
okay,
over here. I'll
right here,
take
let me
him.
grab him, let me
Yeah.
pick him up right there, because that draft I knew. I didn't draft a QB until like I think my 4th season in. And
Mm.
I was the Bears. Like I traded Fields away for Pickens and some draft picks.
Kenny
Yeah,
or George Pickens.
Kenny.
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. Hey, he was great for me, man.
Yeah, I mean,
3 seasons, 4,000 yards throwing.
hey, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't get over the hump of the wins and losses, and just I
Get it
only made the
back.
playoffs once, and that was when I let him go
Mm.
for a rookie, and the rookie brought him up there. But at that point, like I had DJ Moore got hurt right before the playoffs, and it
Oh
just
shit.
devastated my team. Like I just couldn't get anything going offensively then.
Yeah, you lose your offensive power. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, with a rookie
that's cool.
QB, I needed
Yeah.
it big time. Yeah, but yeah, got anything else to add to this?
Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, I think you're hitting some pretty good. I also want to mention the Ravens. They are playing very well too. I think there's 3 teams right now between the Seahawks, the Eagles, and the Ravens that are on a 4-game win streak.
Mm-hmm.
And no, the Chiefs, I think, are the Chiefs, right? Because I said they
They're
were
4-1
0-1.
right now.
Yeah, they were 0-1 against the
Yeah,
Ravens. Now
I
that
think 49ers, Bills, and or I'm sorry, I'm reading that wrong. Not my bad. Never mind that. Yeah, Seahawks, Ravens, Eagles, and yeah, the Chiefs 4-win streak.
14's hot streaks, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean that's pretty good. Four
yeah.
wins in a row. I mean that's definitely a hot streak, and it's sustainable. We'll see. A lot of football left, but
Oh yeah, definitely tons of football. Yeah, and that's one thing. Like, just remind everyone, like if you may be winning right now, but that could easily flip
yeah,
at any time.
yeah. I mean now that
And
my
don't
picks
be
are
shocked
gone,
with that, and don't blame the game or something like that. Like it could easily flip. It just depends on your schedule, how man's feeling towards you,
yeah,
and then how like your schemes worked it out.
towards the other team schemes too, right? So
Yeah,
it kind of goes,
your matchups.
yeah. Kind of want to take a peek at that.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the Patriots; they were doing great at the first, and then all of a sudden they just fell off a cliff.
Yeah, it's and the poor Jaguars, man. They don't look like they could catch a break. I think
No, no,
they beat
no,
me week 1 overtime, PI in the end zone. They scored
no.
field goal one.
Yeah,
That's how my season started, right?
yeah,
Now we're 0-4, finally got a first win, and then they went on a 5-game lose streak after that. Just 1-5. Just looked promising, looked pretty solid, and then it's like,
you just can't get anything up. Yep.
yeah. And then same with the Patriots. I mean, started 2-0 and just haven't won since.
Yeah, and it's just the unfortunate part of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they can easily turn around though too. That's the
yeah,
thing. Like you might
that's what
have
I'm
a
saying. Like
major
week
losing
7,
streak.
yeah, like week 7, all of a sudden these standings are getting mixed together, and all of a sudden you're
Yeah,
like, you just talk about this team having a 5-game lose streak.
that was
Now they're on
7.
like a
Yeah, having
7-game.
5,
Yeah,
7. Yeah,
it's now they're competing for wild card.
yeah. I think we're about hitting that hour mark. I think I'm just going to close it up.
Yeah.
Basically, on people like, hey, we got like 7 teams, 7, 8 teams that still need filled. I know I've been recruiting like hard last few days for sure, getting back into that rhythm. I can't be doing it like 24/7 anymore though because of my job. Phone policy can't have the phone on me until like lunchtime, and it's kind of hard to maintain recruiting that throughout the lunch. But just bringing that back up, definitely need everyone to sort of chip in as best they can to get some recruits in, people that they know are going to be sitting there playing, and the biggest thing, communicating. Like being able to follow instructions, get into Neon, get the streams to me, and as we get that the stream channel loading up whenever they go live, and that getting them into the league, and then on top of that, just communicate. Like that's one thing I've noticed with a few people is you need to like don't expect like just I'm going to type into this game channel, they should see it. No, tag them, tag, and
Yeah.
maybe obnoxious at times, but if you want your opponent to see it, tag it.
I mean, some people may just have notifications on to where if they're tagged, they get a notification
Yeah,
because they're not
any
necessarily
app
just
mentions and that, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I
because
mean, if you just type in there, they might not even see it till hours later, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, why don't you just tag me?" You know, it could have popped up an alert or whatever.
yeah, and always check the members tab and that see if they readied up if they're or something like that, or if they're even in the league. Because I know the Steelers, he's been quite busy. He's going to be joining the league at some point, and that. But yeah, it's just one of those things that we need to take notice of that first, and don't ask the commissioners, hey, can you put him on auto? Because I mean, we can do it. It's just you're having us stop whatever we're doing to try to put someone on auto, and that or put yourself on auto. Like, make sure you put yourself on auto too. Everyone has the ability to do it,
Yeah,
and
and then you go auto. Once you do your weeklies, go auto, and all of a sudden, if your opponent wants you to stream, all you just do is turn off the auto, or just I think you still go right into the game and play it anyways, right? So
yeah, I think we would have to turn it off the auto,
okay,
and that I think that's still
still that's still buggy. Like it's
yeah.
still that's still happening to where even if they're off, it's still
Yeah, I think the
showing
commissioners have to
or
go turn
so.
them off auto if they want to be off it.
Okay,
'Cause I think the Colts had an issue with that, but still, it's I mean that's fine. I get that. But this is why you communicate with your opponents and everything, get that going, and all
yeah,
figured out.
before officially hitting or
Yeah,
said, hey, I won't be able to, or hey, I'll do this. It's proactive.
yeah. You just gotta be proactive in that. Again, like if we're not having everyone sit there and play the game, so it's still practically we're just asking you to do the minimum, the bare minimum almost, and
An
that
hour a day, right?
yeah,
45 minutes.
45 to 58 minutes a day, depending on how the game goes, and that and not always having to be you. It could always be someone else. Just I mean, at most, uh, for half the league, pop in for 30 minutes or so just to get training done and setting yourself on auto if you're going on auto.
Right.
That's what you and your opponents agree. But yeah, with that said, I think we're going to close it here. Now it's been over an hour, and I think it was a good time to end the stream and that. And we'll be back next week talking about basically about the same thing and that. And if people want to join in next time, chime in, talk about the upcoming games, how their team's doing, so forth, and that, or just chirp about their opponents or the league in general. Just let me know. I'll toss an invite, and that we'll get you into a segment, and we'll
Hell
get
yeah.
that going as well. Yeah, because I know I think Duffy supposed to be coming in next week, but I would rather have all the commissioners here talking about this stuff. Get a
Yeah,
good,
that'd be cool. Yeah.
yeah. But
More the merrier, It'd be yeah, discussions and ideas from all sides and their viewpoints on different games and this and that.
oh yeah,
Whether their own team, they want to hype up their team this week, hype yourself up. You just better Don't let it bite you in the ass.
Go full Randy Savage. All what you need, man. Yeah. But yeah, with that said, I think we'll just end it here and see you guys next week. Take care.
Say it.